Hi everybody and welcome back to a brand new video on Alex Elliott Golf. Today I'm going to talk to you about a simple drill and concept that can stop you early extending to the golf ball. Now there are several reasons why we might early extend. One may because we don't understand the concept and the idea of what we're trying to create, but also sometimes we see this move as a way of people shallowing the golf club. It automatically gets the club working a little bit shallower, we tip up, club shallows out, and we actually look at the club actually working in a better place, but as a compromise of the body working better. So today's video is a really simple drill about how we can move the body better, but we can shallow the club at the same time, ultimately leading to better golf out on the golf course. So what is early extension? Now, anytime that I see early extension is that if we use this alignment stick behind me, is that in transition, our belt buckle would work closer towards the golf ball and we would stand up and our posture would become a little bit more upright in this motion. A lot of the time we'd actually see people come up onto their toes. So there's a number of reasons why we don't want this in the golf swing. One, it's going to be harder to control the club face. Two, it's going to be compromising in power. And three, it's then ultimately going to be hard for you to actually hit the golf ball where you want it. Because we can't create the power we want and then control it in the right way, it's going to lead to errant shots out on the golf course. So a lot of the time I see a lot of people early extension, belt buckle moves towards target, and then actually as an effort we see the golf club actually shallow out. Now as I do this, my body's standing up but the club's shallowing out. So a lot of people actually see this as, oh, I've got the club working the way I want it to. But as I said earlier at the start of the video, as a compromise to the body not working is good. So what can we actually do and what drill can we work to actually move the body better and get this golf club working the way I want to do it? So how I like to learn a new move, and especially something in the downswing, is do the actual golf move but do it slowly. So build it up through a progression of gears. So we're going to use 3 golf balls to go through this drill. We're going to have gear 1, gear 2 and gear 3. So gear 1 would be doing this at the slowest possible speed. Gear 2 is going to be your 50%, so ultimately your half speed but full swing. And finally gear 3 would be you actually hitting a normal shot at a normal speed like you would out on the golf course. So we're ultimately blending the correct move in at a slower speed to a faster speed and then into a normal golf swing speed, because ultimately I believe in the downswing that because it's all happening so quick and sometimes we can't comprehend what's actually happening, we have to learn it slowly to adapt and get our body to adapt to what we actually want to do. So how do we set up this drill? All we need is one alignment stick, and I'm placing this now that's going to feel like it's just going to sit right at the bottom of my tailbone. And now I want you to have it where it's just out of reach of you at address. So if I pushed out here I could feel it, but ultimately it's not going to be touching throughout. What I want to feel here is that when we're doing this drill, on the way down we're going to feel as though we over exaggerate this move we're trying to create, so ultimately more rotation and less standing up. So ultimately over exaggerate or staying in posture and searching for this alignment stick. So the reason why I want it just out of reach is it's going to help you over exaggerate at a slow speed what we're trying to create. So when we get to a faster speed, we find halfway between early extension and where we want to be as a realistic goal moving forwards with the way we want our body to move. So what does the move we want to look like? We know we've got our drill set up right. We've got the alignment stick just at the end of my tailbone, just out of reach. So we're going to make our backswing move as normal now to the top, and really feel that now in the downswing we're going to search the alignment stick, swing through, pose, hold the finish. So as you can see here, as I made this move in the downswing, it wasn't up onto the toes early. The feeling that I have in transition is that I actually move down slightly, so I have a little bit of a squat into the golf ball rather than early extension moving up. We're going to try and feel that we squat down into the golf ball, so we're going to move to the top, squat down, club comes to last parallel, we've got my bum feeling like it's just touching this alignment stick. We're going to swing up and through from that position rather than to the top, up early. We're going to try and create the complete opposite. So I'm going to run through this exactly how I would do it with a client, or if it's something that I was going to work on my own golf game. So remember, firstly gear 1, I'm going to hit this golf ball away. It may only go 3 to 4 yards, but I'm going to hit this one away as if it was a full shot, but at gear 1 speed. So correct alignment stick to the top, gear 1, slowly to the top, feel that squat. So I'm really loaded in, move, through, hold and pose. So that was an absolutely perfect blueprint to my over-exaggerated feeling for what I want to create, to stop me early extending but still getting that move where I'm still shallow in that club. So gear 2 now, let's build it up a little bit faster. So this golf ball is probably going to go about 50 yards now, a little bit further, building up to a full shot. And you can start with a pitching wedge, 8-iron, 7-iron and build it all the way through to driver, but definitely start with a lower iron to begin with. So again, just to remind you before I do gear 2, as we do this, we can really look for the shallowing move of the golf club to add in. So we're ultimately working on everything we want to work on the downswing. Remember, to shallow the club, we've got to strengthen the face. So I'm showing you this move here that we're trying to feel. We shallow, shallow, and strengthen as we get the feeling of staying in posture, squatting down, whatever kind of feeling that gives us, ultimately getting away from early extension. So gear 2 now, this is going to be my 50% speed. We're going to hit this one away. So remember, we've done gear 1, which is my slow version, and now we're building it up. Swinging through, balance, pose, hold. So my feeling is searching for this alignment stick to really stop me coming up and early extending. So you can see there, that was gear 2. I've done gear 1. Now the final part of this video is me to do is actually the full shot. I would recommend you leave this here still as part of the drill and something to try and feel, because it's a really good feedback. If we can feel that we touch it, we know we're in a good place. So again, sit in the bottom of my tailbone, adjust the golf ball, full shot speed now. Like that. So I really believe whatever level of play you are, that is a great way of building up some really good feedback to actually how we progress our golf swing and stop early extending. But like I said, a lot of people do that as a result of shallowing the club. So it's important that if we get that feeling of staying in posture, so staying in posture, this move now, we get this and still keep this shallowing move in progress, because we could find the golf swing going the complete opposite direction. And that's not something we want, but ultimately we need the body moving better, and the golf club will start to adapt as we start to move the body better in the golf swing. Let's summarize today's video. So as an extra side note to stop us early extending and understanding how we actually shallow this club, because I think it's an important thing we do together. So as we're looking to shallow this club, we're looking for the golf club in transition to work in this direction. I'm feeling like our knuckles are working down towards the ground. So a lot of you guys that we're shallowing the club with this motion, we're now trying to add in the fact of feeling. We're going to search for the alignment stick, but as we do this, we're going to feel and allow the hands to work in front of us, but the golf club to work behind the hands and shallow out in this direction. And as I do this, you can see the golf shaft is working this way, not steepening in transition. And I really believe that if we can learn this at a slow speed, then we can really get into a position where we can build up through the progression of gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, and then apply that throughout the whole golf game. So finally, we're really trying to feel, as we create this move of better staying in posture, we're trying to feel the shaft works shallowing and the face is strengthening to marry up that relationship of the body moving better and the golf club moving better. So in summary, in today's video, we're looking at trying to create a drill which gives us some feedback in trying to stop us early extending. So ultimately, we're not trying to hit the alignment stick with our bum, but that's the feeling we're trying to create, and an over exaggerated feeling we're trying to create to do so, because in reality we're not going to have that out on the golf course, but it's a good visual for you to have during a drill as a feedback to try and feel you get to there, and hopefully we find a halfway point between that over-exaggerated feeling and what we do out on the golf course. Try the 3-gear blend drill, really trying to start moving the body better at a slower speed, then build it up. And if you get to a point where you feel that gear 2 is the point at which is a good speed and you feel you get the move correct, stay in gear 2 until you can build it up then to gear 3. Don't feel you have to go all the way to gear 3 to begin with. Do it as a building blocks progression. Start at gear 1, move it to gear 2, and when we feel comfortable, get it to gear 3. And that also could apply to certain golf clubs as well. We could start off with a pitching wedge and build it through to 7-iron and 5-iron. All it's left me to do is thank you for watching today's video on Alex Elliott Golf. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button down below, as well as give me a comment if you enjoyed this content.